evaluate you as a person. And this could mean, for example, better travel privileges, being able to travel first class, or being denied from travelling first class to not being able to travel at all. These systems are very real and very possible because of all of the data that is now held on us.
So if your ears are burning and you think someone might be watching you, you're probably right. They're watching all of us. I'm Tash and you've been listening to Buccaneer. Keep listening, keep sharing the show and keep it encrypted. They're watching us, but we're watching them too.
Complex. Dreams, passions, hopes, ambitions. You're complex, so we're complex. Complex. New clothing for the new Britain.
Hello and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the Telecom Tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network. Although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yeah, now everything is part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through this Telecom Tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that big round thing at the top and all the green lights.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose for that.
It's a black on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for millions of people.
Operated by them. Sectors to see the world. Radar, for instance, from afar. Some of this technology, Bloom really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on cars. I'm only using the bikes which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started.
All the bodies and that. Oh, fuck.
Why the hell haven't they started rebuilding yet? The bombing was months ago and the site is supposed to be under repair. Dodgy as fuck.
Oh, shit, I didn't think of that. Anyway, what am I looking for, Bags?
Any kind of device or component that could still be emitting the signal. It seems to be coming from within the rubble. I'm ready to go when you are.
Right.
It's like I've been hit with a tranquilizer. People were coming up to me, asking me this, demanding that. I barely keep my eyes open. I think you do. What?
Come on, work, you piece of shit.
What the fuck is this? Worthless. That is the stupidest of us.
take this down. The Tone bombing presents us with an excellent opportunity. Once we've taken full possession of the site, it gives us a good vantage point on the Thames and provides us with a cover of activity to mask some of our own higher risk activities.
You're not stupid. Don't you find it predictable? They set up two overly ecstatic characters in here, but of course one of them will die in the inevitable accident. And I say every time. That's not a boast, it's a fact. Every single even when they're
What the shit? This is it. The signal is coming from this Spiderbot fragment. No indication yet who it belongs to.
Bloody thing's been knocked about. Why is it here?
Difficult to say, but with an AR reconstruction, we may be able to see what happened to it and if it relates to the attack. Access data relays in the vicinity, and I can compile enough data to build the AR reconstruction. Perfect. 2 more data relays to go. data relay and I'll have it. That should do it. Now, I'll just take the audio from this stream and the video from these 36 and... got it. Go back to where you found that spider bot and I'll show you the AR reconstruction from the night of the explosion.
Right.
CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
You brought the payload? What, think we'd go back for you? Don't trust the Kelly dog.
Kelly? As in Clan Kelly? It was gangsters that blew the fuck out of London.
Nah, that was just a handoff. I mean, it still is bad, but the Kellys didn't plant the bombs. They only supplied them.
But who the fuck is this? They're not with Clan Kelly. Are they with Zero Day or something?
Well, don't just stand there. Keep looking.
Bagley, can you tell who was driving the spider bot?
I've now fully decrypted the signal the spider bot is broadcasting. And while I cannot identify a specific user, it is a call code used by the Metropolitan Police Service.
Oh, shit. We've got feds thrown into the mix now.
The reconstruction continues behind that rubble.
Bagley, open a quantum tunnel, will ya?
Quantum tunnel technology is at least 10 years away, but spider bots and drones are here today. You could try one of those if you don't feel like waiting.
Good idea.
Why don't you aim those human eyeballs of yours at the van's cargo?
Right.
RDX nitrogen, and the exact same detonator system like the bombs that were planted at Parliament.
It's Zero Day's signature.
There.
Hurry. Got other deliveries.
So you hired to supply all the targets? Got it. We're all I need to know.
So, Zero Day pulled together multiple groups to do the bombings.
That's certainly one way to pull off a massive coordinated attack while remaining anonymous. Zero Day needed manpower and resources, but they needed them at an arm's length. And it doesn't take the world's greatest AI detective to see that both Clan Kelly and Albion benefited in the aftermath. Unfortunately, this is the most we can get out of the AR reconstruction. But if we could find the mystery officer who was spying through the spider bot, maybe they could tell us more. Tracing the Spiderbot's serial number, it was assigned to New Scotland Yard 3 years ago. Perhaps more information about its user or its assignment will be available at the station.
Fucking typical. The police were already on someone else's trail for the bombings, but kept stum. Didn't want to look stupid.
The only way to know for sure is to investigate New Scotland Yard.
Best be careful here.
Nonsense.
Watch it! This drone needs fixing. Patch me through to control.
Albion has made the station all their own.
And the entire police service. But don't worry, if you're not pleased with your privatised goon squad, just take your business across the street.
As much as I hate the Mets, I'd rather have them around than this lot.
Not to worry, the only difference now is the uniform, assault weapons, and the fact they're motivated by profit over public service. Now, any record or information on the Spider-Bot will be further in.
Is that right? This can't be normal.
Yeah, so long. Go fuck yourself.
All units, proceed to alarm location.
Something set the alarm off. Search the...
Is this the Spider-Bot we're looking for?
According to the serial numbers, this matches the piece of Spider-Bot from the Tone bombing site.
Can you identify the last user?
Navigate the Spider-Bot from out of that room. I'll need a direct connection in order to learn more from our bisected friend.
On it.
Keep your eyes open.
Fuck, look at the door. We have an intruder. Where the hell are they?
opening right there looks like a good exit point. That's a part of the remote detonator system from Parliament. If the Met, or Albion rather, actually analysed it, they would see it wasn't DedSec's handiwork at all. Right, get comfy. This spybot might be broken and missing some of its legs, but it can still jump and fit through vents. That's a good way to get through the station undetected. That's Dalton's mask. It must have been recovered from Parliament. It might be the only thing left of him now. Buggery fuckery, look at all this junk. You'll have to jump your way across to get to the next vent opening. Make your way through this last bent path.
Got it.
Scanning Spiderbot and accessing its internal drives. While I'm analyzing this data, you should make yourself scarce. Unless you'd like to explain to your new, heavily armed, privatized police force why you've broken into the station.
All right, fine.
Who sent this? Another bloody idiot.
The Spiderbot fragment you found has a satellite-based GPS module that regularly pushed its location to a specific ground station.
Where's that? We need to get to the bottom of this.
Pushing you the ground station's coordinates.
Move me on, there's nothing here.
Always yield to Albion silence. Failure to do so is considered a crime.
The GPS history of the Spiderbot we recovered regularly pinged these coordinates. Our mystery witness to the real bombers must have come to this lovely, damp location several times.
No good can come out of a place like this. Just some hoods looking to make a deal.
Or to discreetly dump a body into the Thames.
Now how the fuck do we get in?
I'm detecting a surveillance network guarding a space under this bridge. If you can patch into it, perhaps you can take a look inside.
Movement during the scan.
Everything in order?
Clear, move along.
Right then. Cheers.
Don't let the tithead get away. Drone, enter search protocol. Shit. I'll check in with Central.
We've got a secret cop shop down here. Fuck knows why.
Well, if Albion was stomping all over your workplace, you'd find a different place to store your lunch too. And it seems our mystery officer was dedicated.
What were they working on that led to the bombing at Tone?
The computer's dusty enough to kill an asthmatic, but there may still be something useful on it.
This is Inspector Caitlin Lau. Well, former inspector now. Since Albion's coup, the Met is no more. The police brass had already buried the evidence anyway. Everything implicating Albion and Clan Kelly in the bombings. But I know Mary Kelly's band of twats were involved, and they're involved in other crimes we can look into. Me and a few good mates are willing to go off book, going after Mary Kelly again. I'll never fucking learn, will I? Inspector Caitlin Lau, video log. Clan Kelly and Albion are teamed up on some deal. I don't have all the details, but it looks to be human trafficking. The European Processing Center is the Albion angle. Since the bombings, they can grab anyone off the street. Call them illegal immigrants, potential DedSec insurgents, whatever. Though we know who the real danger is. So, Clan Kelly gets hold of these people, these immigrants, deportees, victims, really, and they're taking them somewhere. But where and why? It all comes back to the boss lady herself. I knew she was into something, but she wriggled off the hook. There's only one way I can do this. 24/7 surveillance on Mary Kelly. If I'm caught, well, this will be my last entry. But I have to see what she's hiding.
So, our mystery officer was Inspector Caitlin Lau. It sounds like Mary Kelly was her white whale, and her investigation led her to the bombings.
Whatever credibility Albion ever had is right fucking out. How could they be working with Clan Kelly?
It seems like Zero Days Web covers all of the unsavory bits of London. Tug on a thread, and it leads back to them. Clan Kelly and Albion included.
Lots of people are being taken off the streets. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Inspector Lau mentioned Albion is running their part of the operation out of the EPC. Detectives like us call that a lead.
Talking about the optic and how it's changed our lives. Now, as you remember, Bloom announced a new version of the optic at the recent Tone conference.
Ha! I think I'm finally getting the